really impact.
The engagement heard from entrepreneurs themselves about the environment they operate in. The common thread was the lack of funding they encounter, which is a deterrent to growth. They shared the need for creative ways of funding business ventures at a time when governments are not in a position to commit significant capital.
Collective capital and community capital are very important instruments in the funding space as an alternative funding schemes that help the average entrepreneur in the township to be able to collect money from people around them, but also for the community to take part in the ownership of that venture. That builds that lengthens the life cycle of the business and ensures that there's actually sustainability in those models.
The role of education in entrepreneurship development has also been identified as a catalyst to grow the ecosystem. Entrepreneur Levuyo Khani raised the critical need for change within the education system.
And in the continent, there's a huge disparities. Some universities in South Africa are offering entrepreneurship, which is doing so well. Some of them, they're not offering any university now. That's what they work now. Beyond the work I'm doing now on the sub-20, or which the social innovators, is to stimulate now to say that there's a need of social entrepreneurs and there's a need of university, school and high school that it has to be stimulated. But also there's a need of practical content, not the theoretical content that can be brought so that people can learn in a practical way.
This G20 presidency has put a strong focus on rural and township economies. Bheki Twala, the president of the Township Economic Commission, emphasized the need for the Startup 20 to create a direct market for rural and township-based businesses.
Townships are the market on their own and they are the buying power. Now we are in the township, we were now talking about the direct market. The issue of the spaza shop, looking at programs like, from farm to spaza, and then also the issue of the industrial development, developing the industrial park, so that at least we've got programs like, walk to work, so that people, they walk to work, you understand? Those are the things that we really need to push, and then we want even the international, countries that are coming, let's exchange, those programs and those ideas.
Chairperson of the Startup 20, Vuyani Jahana, says this meeting will provide a better understanding with startup economies in the continent and how the global north and south can work together.
It's important for the continent that we engage in this, because South Africa is the first country in the continent to carry the presidency. And SMEs and the economies in the continent are largely SME driven. We need to put together the right policy recommendations.
And she was the chair. Recommendations from the deliberations will be presented to the G20 Leaders Summit set to take place later this year. Diabosito, SABC News, Johannesburg.